For example, there are types of media that are commonly used in the world. One of them is the print media, the electronic media, the social media, which is commonly being understood as media, and the classical media. Some of the examples of these types of media could include the television, the newspapers, the radios, the phones, the billboards, you can talk of the phones, and media has very many importance. We use it in very many ways. It's not only for entertainment. We use media to pass important adverts. That's in the area of business. We also use media to get data, information, to learn, education purposes. So media plays a very important role in the country. And it's used to disseminate information. It can be used for learning, for political information, to passing news of outbreak of diseases, epidemic diseases, to sensitize community. And media is governed by policies. And one of the, Uganda itself has a policy that governs the media. That's what I can briefly highlight on the media for now.
Yeah, thank you so much, Annette. I think our topic today is very interesting, media and policy. In policy formulation, media plays a very crucial role. It plays a very crucial role in the sense that it provides advocacy for the public on pertinent issues that matter. And this happens when media is properly used, when it's used in the right sense of the word. But if it is not properly used and it is manipulated, it works negative to the interests of the people. We can see in the case of the reading that we had today, that is the divorce elites. It's a common scenario that political figures, economists tend to use media in order to promulgate their interests. Economists use media in order to enhance or to increase resources they want to reap. But when we talk of policy formulation, I think what we need to look at the common good, not just the good which is restricted to individuals. We need to broadly look at how media can contribute to the common good. And in as far as policy formulation is concerned, media has a very big role in providing the common good, in the sense that this is a forum where information is disseminated indiscriminately without anybody being left out. And I repeat, it is important for media to be used in an objective way, not in a subjective way, because in a subjective way it will narrow the use of the media to serve just a limited interest. What we're looking at as students of policy analysis is the contribution that media has in policy formulation and for the common good of the people. This is my small submission in as far as media and policy is concerned.
Thank you, Christopher. Just to add on to your submission, media and policy in Uganda, for example, one of the loopholes that I have already identified with the implementation of media policy is at the time of policy formulation on media, there is inadequate involvement of the users. Policy is being developed by the elites without the consultation of the lower people, uneducated ones, at the grassroots level. And this gives a gap. Many of the people, the uneducated, are not aware about the media policies. They do not even know how to use the media. So they lack information. Information does not reach to the grassroots. So I will think that there is need to review the policy, and one of the governance principles is equal participation and involvement in decision making, in policy formulation. Now, if we leave the uneducated At the grassroots, we do not get information. The policy implementation on media is going to have challenges. That is my recommendation for review of the policies with equal participation at all levels, without discrimination. Thank you.
I think that is a very interesting bit that you have brought, Annette, because at the end of the day, when we talk of policy formulation, we formulate policy in order to benefit the common man. So if they are going to be the beneficiaries, I think there is all the reasons for them to be a party. They must participate in the policy formulation process, which in our common experience, this has been really lacking. But of course, as students of policy analysis and formulation and management, we shall continue to advocate that much as policy affects the lives of everybody who will be the consumer of the policy, it calls for their participation in formulating the policy. Because at the end of the day, if they are not part and parcel of the formulation process, that will not be theirs. That will be a policy imposed. It will be something borrowed. What we need to look in here is to have a policy which is inculcated and it comes from the root and the understanding of every individual. So I think, Annette, thank you so much for the discussion. This has been quite fruitful. I don't know whether Kathy has a contribution to make to our discussion.
I'd just like to ask, what is the purpose of policy?
Particularly, policy relating it to media, it is to govern the communication channels. It is to share information. Policy are constituted to govern the use of media.
Does it work that way?
Well, policy generally, policy implies a set up principle and a regulation which should guide the process, undertaking process within a setup. It can be an organization, it can be at national level. And the key stakeholder in policy formulation is always the government, if it is a national policy. And in that case, as we have been discussing, in any formulation process, we have all these other stakeholders. But key in the formulation process, the involvement of the populace, whom we can refer here as the rights holder.
Right.
Because the duty bearer, which is the government, is supposed to collect opinion of the rights holder,
Right.
so that the right holder owns that policy and owns the process, and that makes it it makes it possible for the rights holder to be accountable. To demand for services and be accountable to government, and government, vice versa, to be accountable to the rights holder.
However, there are some scenarios where policy is being abused or not followed. It could be the reasons of being not aware of the media policies. When we leave the other groups out, they are not aware. And some people break the policy deliberately to do what benefits them with their own personal interest. But the government has its rules and they face the law. One of the communication...
10 seconds.
One of the communication agencies, the Uganda Communication Commission, Uganda Communication Commission, which ensures that there is proper media use. Thank you.